This is this is Sleepless Night, of course, and welcome back. I'm gonna actually not record this video that I'm gonna make for you just now, but as I was heading out to sort of see where I would start making this video from, because I wanted to do a couple of things before I start, as I was heading out, I came up to the top of the space station here, and I popped out of the little docking thing there, and can you see? Look. Dun 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 dun. So, there we go. Since I turned this game off last, what, day before yesterday? Oh my goodness. So since I turned this game off, this station has been taken over by pirates. So I don't really know how maybe I should just leave. But it's pretty cool. Look, you can see, I mean, that looks like, to me, that looks like blast marks and stuff. Yeah, it looks like blast marks and bent and broken railings and antenna and stuff. So, and you know, this painty, piratey sort of stuff all over the place now. And there appears to be a siren going. I don't know what that's all about. But, yeah, so, anyway, I'm going to head out now, and I will see you very soon, but but I just wanted to show you that. I just want to add that to the beginning of the video. So, we will see each other again later. Oh my goodness, yes, wait, look at this. Oh my. I don't know whether that was there before. Maybe that was. I don't know. Maybe that was there before. I didn't notice it. That sort of... what looks actually like... oh my god. Frame rate drop much? What looks actually like the broken, battered hull and debris of what used to be a Lakon Type 9. Looking at it there. But so I don't know if that was there, but this place is definitely, you know, it didn't have the pirate motif when I docked here the other day. So maybe I should just leave. So anyway, we'll see everybody later on. I'm going out to cook dog now. Bye. So here we are, freshly arrived at this asteroid cluster here. So, pretty close up against the parent star here of this system. So make sure you're wearing your sunblock, everybody. Wow, look at that. Yeah, sometimes I'll just get a bit carried away and blown away by the visuals. But we're doing this video today, so I'm only going to make just this one, which is only going to be about mining. And I'm not going to, you know, linger on about it for forever and ever and ever, but we're going to do it today as a way, my own little way of commemorating or marking the Rosetta landing, which hopefully, if I can get this finished and up in time, will be happening right about the time that you're watching this. So if you're watching this on the Wednesday, if you're watching this on Wednesday the 12th of November, and it's coming up to about 8 o'clock Central European time, so that's about 7 o'clock at night, about 1900 Greenwich Mean Time. So if you're watching this on the Wednesday the 12th and it's about that time, turn this off and come back and watch it later on, and hop over and watch the Rosetta landing, another of humanity's firsts there. Yes, the Rosetta spacecraft, which has been travelling for 10 years. So it was launched in 2004, and it's been travelling for 10 years, and it's travelled approximately 4 billion miles, and caught up with the comet that it's studying in August, I think. Sometime in August it caught up with its comet. So another of humanity's firsts. We've caught a comet, and this time tomorrow, or a little bit earlier than this time tomorrow, You should be able to actually watch this thing on the live webcast, and you can watch that at www.rosetta.esa.int. So if you want to watch that, go ahead and do so. I suggest you do it if it's this round about this time on the 12th, it's round about this time on the Wednesday, then shut it down and go watch it. Oops, you're a little bit too far. That's bigger than I thought it was. I mean, you can actually watch the webcast as it's going on from Mission Control there at the ESA Mission Control at the moment. But as you can see, I'll put it over there in the top right of the screen, maybe. And as you can see there, there's not a great deal going on there at the moment. People busy. Well, I'm sure there is, but not a great deal that would be of any interest to someone watching from the outside. But when you tune in tomorrow, you should be able to see this live webcast live from a comet. How epic is that? So, anyway, we're going to mine. So I'm going to show you how to do this relatively quickly. So we've got our mining laser. See, what I've got now is I've got myself a hauler. And which you can see, which you can see over on the right hand side there, this hauler, and I've equipped it with a new power plant and a bigger jump drive, and it only has one hard point, so you can only put one gun on it, and since it's a lightweight, fragile, crappy little thing, the hauler, there's not an awful lot of point in trying to tool it up with something really rough and tough, because you're just not going to be any use in a fight at all. No, you're just wasting your time going up into battles. So that being the case, I figured I might as well use the hauler to mine away at these asteroids here. So this is, you can see our shadow there, look. There we are. Now, as you can see how close we get to this very, very metallic-y looking asteroid here, you'll get an idea in a moment just how hairy it is mining. So what we do is we cut away the asteroid like this. Oh, there we go. We've got pieces breaking off now, can you see? So at first I used to go after everyone just as they cut away, but that is a long, in-depth sort of process. Oops, thermal overload. Actually, let's switch some more thing to the weapons there, and then we can just keep doing that for a moment. So we just cut away at the pieces there. Right, so what are we cutting off here? Oh, Bertrandite. Bertrandite's not bad. Bertrandite's, it's okay, so let's lower the cargo scoop. Thank you. And now this... you know, I keep talking about the wear and tear issue. Ouch. Bang. I always do this. You know, I keep talking about the wear and tear on these ships and how they're showing the wear and tear. I wonder how accurate they're going to make that over time. Because those who decide to indulge in mining as their full-time occupation are going to have ships that are just beat to hell. As you'll see as I go and pick up these other bits in a moment. So there you can see, look, it says, if we're going to the shadows, you can see my... This is the thing, by the way, did you notice when I came in there I was kind of manoeuvring so that the sun was behind me? The reason for that is because if I go over here, right, and I start approaching these bits of rock here, so if I target that, you can't really see it at the moment because it says resources unallocated, but you'll see that with the sun shining on the dashboard like that of this particular cockpit here in the hauler at least, it's a real pain because it's difficult to see. It blinds you out a bit. So it says resources unallocated, so let me go and show you how that works. So here, I go over to my cargo hold. We've got, apparently, the piece of rock that we just collected contains, 22% of it is Bertrandite, and 11% of it is lepidolite. So it's a bit poor because lepidolite's not worth a lot, but Bertrandite's not too bad. So what we have to do, we've got two hoppers. So you can see down there underneath, you've got two little things that says empty and empty. So we've got two hoppers, we've got Bertrandite and lepidolite. So now you have to allocate it. So as long as the rest of these fragments that we pick up also contain bertrandite and lepidolite, it will automatically assign them. See, now look, can you see what I was talking about there? You can see my alignment thing for the cargo hold is not great. I can't see it very well, so it makes it rather difficult to pick these pieces up. Now this one, see, now as we approach this one, look, you'll see, you can see it better now, because the sun's not shining directly on the dashboard. Boom, yeah, so obviously, as long as it keeps saying resources processed, these are basically, it's containing exactly the same thing as it was before. Now if we go in a minute, I'll show you what happens when we go to a different, oopsie, oh dear, yeah, see, you just get if you fly like me, you do anyway, you just get beat to hell. But as Scott Manley said when I was watching him do this the other day, the good thing is that once you've bashed into them, they're then heading away from you, so in like more or less a straight line, so it's easier to catch them the second time. Bing, processing. Resources processed. So, you know, it's a hairy business, this mining business. And I'm going to tell you that it is, it's hard work. You know, it takes quite a while. And, you know, it's certainly not the way, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, I can tell you that. Unless you hit an asteroid that's, you know, unless you hit an enormous seam of gold or something like that, something that's really, really, really valuable, you're not going to get anything great out of it. Now the other, so I mean, you know, I could be here for quite a long time just filling up the cargo canisters in my hold that I've got, and that is not very many, I've got to tell you. There we go, we got those. And that's not very many, and the reason it's not, let me just show you over here. See, look, it says there, see where it says capacity? At the bottom of your screen here, it says capacity 0 of 4. So now the bertrandite in the hopper is up to 79 and the lepidolite's up to 53. Now I should point out at this juncture that when you go and get, so when you get a mining laser, you can't just buy a mining laser and come and do this. You need a mining laser and a refinery. And the refinery takes up one internal compartment, which is the other thing that's a bit of a pain. Now, you can just get most of the refineries when you get them. They come with only one hopper, right? So I could only actually pick up one of these metals. I would have to decide bertrandite or lepidolite, and in this case that'd be easy because lepidolite's not really worth it. It's worth about a third of what bertrandite is worth. So, excuse me. The I got one with 2 hoppers because I knew that this would be a problem. So you have to allocate them. Once that gets up to 100%, it will automatically put it into my cargo hold. Now you'll notice that even though I'm flying a hauler, which when you buy a hauler in Beta 3, it comes with a cargo capacity of 8. So even though I'm flying a hauler, you'll notice that my cargo capacity is only 4. Now the reason for that is because I also have, here you go, I have a basic discovery scanner. So I had to remove one of my, I had to remove 4 of my cargo canisters in order to fit the mining laser in. But once you've done a bit, that sounds like a pain, but once you've been out here doing a bit of mining, you might not think that's too bad of a thing. And the reason for that is because, you know, just to fill up 4 cargo canisters, you know, it takes quite a bit of time. Now, see, resources unallocated. Now, assuming that all these asteroids, these little chunks were made up of the same ores, the same 2, the bertrandite and lepidolite, I'm assuming that what that means is that it's now sent one over to, yes, it has indeed, look at that. So it's put one now, so now I have, if you look, I have in the capacity there, it says 1 of 4, so I've now got 1 bertrandite, and the lepidolite's nearly 4, so it's asking me what it wants me to do with the bertrandite, so I'll say, you know, keep on collecting it. But let's go to a different rock. Now, if I knew that all these were composed of bertrandite, I would simply keep that down, lepidolite down, and just keep collecting bertrandite. The problem is that each asteroid only yields a certain amount of minerals, as you would think would probably be the case. So, because of that, you know, you could just eject that lepidolite and say, well, no, I'm going to concentrate on the bertrandite, right? So you do that, and then you find that... come on. And then you find that the asteroid is empty, if you like. It stops yielding resources. It stops yielding ore just when your bertrandite, the second one of your bertrandite, gets up to about 98%. And you think, well, that's no problem, I'll just go on to the next asteroid. But then, of course, you go on to the next asteroid. Bing! You see what I mean? My ship should be absolutely full of dents by now with this mining business. So then you go into the next asteroid, and the problem is that the next asteroid's got, I don't know, gallite and uraninite or something like that, right? So then you go throughout all those little asteroids in the cluster, and you can't find any more bertrandite, right? Which means that you've ejected that lepidolite for nothing. You know the good thing in Beta 3? I want to show you this, because I only discovered this when I actually did a scan. I mean, there's nothing here to scan, but let's activate the scanner anyway. Right, see, charging. Listen, you ready? I love that. It's just awesome. Isn't that great? Brrr. That's what you get now. Apparently, in Beta 3, when you activate your little scanner, when it's completed its scan, it does that. Should we do it again? I think that is awesome. You know? It's like, you feel like you're in Inception or something, I don't know. Or, oh, you know what else reminds me, you know, you've ever seen the Steven Spielberg War of the Worlds with Tom Cruise? Whenever those things appear, right? So whenever the tripods appear, you'll sort of hear, that's what you'll hear. You get that, right? And you go, oh my god, no, I'm gonna get eaten by something, or, you know, turned into the red weed. Crunch. So, I'm going to carry on doing this, and I will see you back at the station very shortly. If you're watching my videos and you haven't so far bought in to Elite Dangerous Beta, you might want to do that rather quickly, because I've mentioned before that the Elite Dangerous Premier event is at Duxford Imperial War Museum in Cambridgeshire on the 22nd of November. So that's like a week on Saturday. Where is my landing pad? There it is, all the way down there. So like a week on Saturday. But that is also when Beta closes. So you will no longer be able to get in on Beta after that date, although the release date for Elite Dangerous is a little bit later than that, which I will mention in a moment. By the way, I had, for some reason, thank you, I had someone comment on the video last week that Marcus Hicks, and he said it always makes his heart jump when I come in for landings. So here you are. I always think I come in for landings rather tamely, really. I haven't been concentrating so much on my landings recently as I did in the early videos, but this is a nice, slow, gentle landing for you, Marcus. And then we'll shoot down to the deck at full belt. Douche. Yes, I am a douche. So, in we go. So, yeah, you know, I mean, my ship's in fairly decent condition, I guess, you know. It's, it'll see worse days yet, I'm sure. But yes, the point is, we were only doing the mining today because we wanted to commemorate the Rosetta landing, you know, another of humanity's first. We caught a comet and, you know, it's very exciting. So I wanted to make a little bit of a rock mining, you know, go out and catch an asteroid. If there are comets in this game yet, I don't really know where they are. So, but anyway, we want to follow those little asteroid clusters and mine some stuff. So let me just show you what I did. So this ship I got for mining and exploring. So maybe next time we'll go out, we'll really head out onto the far-flung rim and do some exploring, and I'll show you how that goes. It's certainly a better way, I think, probably a better way to make your money than mining. As I say, if you come across a really heavy, a very rich gold deposit or something, that's one thing. But mining this way, you know, it's long-winded. It's fun, certainly. Especially if you're mining in like a planet's rings. But that's perhaps why I should have done it, actually. I should have done some mining in there, because when I was there yesterday, unlike these little clusters where we were out there on our own, these tiny little clusters of asteroids that you can head to, you go mining a planet's rings there, and if you head to the resource extraction sites that appear on your little HUD there when you're coming out of Supercruise, I tell you what, there was an awful lot of action during the couple of hours I was mining around in that area. An awful lot of action. You know, there's security patrols all the time. There are people sneaking up to you left, right and centre. People trying to steal other cargo from miners and getting blown up by the security forces, and then trying to contact you and say, what have you got in your hold? And, you know, these kind of things. So there's a lot more going on there. But what I've done to this is I have upgraded my power distributor. For whatever good that does, I don't know. I've upgraded the frameshift drive. There's no available, so you can't actually see that. But I upgraded the frameshift drive. You're going to have to take my word for it. Upgraded the power plant. Upgraded the frameshift drive so I could jump a little bit further. Upgraded the power distributor. But basically all I've got is this basic discovery scanner, which makes that little groovy sort of War of the Worlds noise that I was showing you there before. But what I wanted it to serve more than one purpose, because I don't really like haulers. You know, they're not. It's a workhorse. They're a nice, you know, way to get something done. But I didn't really want one if it could only do one job. You know, because you know it only has one hard point. What I ideally want for mining really is like a Cobra or something like that, which has got a pretty sizable cargo bay, but is also fairly handy in a fight and has got quite a few hard points. So, you know, you can defend yourself if someone comes after you. You haven't just got the mining laser, as we have on this. There we go. That's all we got. No more lasers than that. So no more hard points for weapons. But if we go into the shipyard here, you can see that we've got Anaconda in there and a Viper. Cobra Mark III, yeah. And, a Lacon Type 6, which it apparently doesn't seem to want. Oh, there it is. But if we go across the tabs here, you'll see that I have ships in 2 other locations, and if you look at the distances away, you'll see I haven't really got that far away from the core systems. So my Sidewinder that I started Beta 3 with is at Owlin Starport, and that's only 31 light years away. Only, he says, only 31 light years away, you know, only 31.1 years from here at the speed of light. Yeah, it's just around the corner, really. It's like a nip down the road to the chemist, as Douglas Adams would say. But I've got a Sidewinder which is not very far away at all. That's actually, I could actually jump back there in one jump from here to get back to the Viper, rather. And so I've got 2 ships, and this is the route I decided to go this time, with the different ships stored in different locations, because of course now we have that multiple ship functionality. And I keep the Sidewinder for making sort of very pretty videos, because of course you can look through the canopy and get that really clear view that I used to make the Quantum Leap video a while ago. And the Viper, of course, very useful in a fight. Isn't it going to show me my Viper? But then, you know, we'll... oops. So we'll see. We need to go into Starport Services anyway, because we need to sell these minerals that we've picked up, these metals. So, here we go. Indite. So we sell the... we'll start at the bottom. So Gallite was the cheapest one. So that's 2,294 credits. Pure profit. There. Well, you know, pure profit once you take out the thing of... you bear in mind, you know, what it's cost you to fit out a ship for doing this sort of thing. And then we've got Indite. We've got one of those. There we go. And what's the other thing? we got 2 Bertrandites. So we got 2 at 2, 6, 8, 9. Now, look at that. So 5, 8, 9, 4. And you might think, well, that's great. But it has taken me a long time to do that. You know, I was out there hanging around, floating around in the asteroid field there for about 45 minutes or so. So, a couple of things to sort of keep you apprised of there then. So if you haven't yet bought in on Elite Dangerous Beta, do so. The reason I say do that if you haven't yet is because if you're thinking, ooh, you know, I'll just wait for the main game. First of all, there are various benefits that come with pre-ordering the main game now and getting in on the beta. Which, first of all, is that they're now at the 22nd of November, so a week on Saturday, the same day as the Elite Dangerous Premier event, they're going to close the beta altogether. So you then will no longer be able to get in on the beta stage of the game. Until the main release, you won't be able to play it at all, so you won't be able to play it. But the main release has now been announced, so Elite Dangerous will finally go on retail release, so we're told, on the 16th of December. So just in time to get yourself a Christmas gift. I highly recommend it. However, if you're going to buy in on the beta, besides the fact that there are various other tiny little sort of benefits for getting on the beta, besides the fact that, of course, you can still then play it between now and the 16th of December, when the main retail release comes out, there is a familiar system for you down here. If we head towards it, so you can see... incidentally, in case you didn't notice, I didn't really notice at the time, but the last time I made this video, you see, as we were heading around the galactic map, you'll see this little symbol here? So you can see the mouse cursor waving over this little ship symbol here. That shows, wherever you see that on the map, it shows that that is where you have a ship stored. So DX... Get off. DX Cancri or Cancri, whatever it is. That is where I have my Viper, and this is the closest that I came to... oh, by the way, for any Star Trek fans, look at this. I was here the other day. Wolf 359. I didn't see any Federation ship debris or anything like that kicking around, but any Star Trek fans will understand the reference there. So here, we're not far away now. Sol system. So look at the grid reference. 0.0.0. Center of the universe. At least as far as humanity is concerned. So we spread out from this point. Now you can't travel to the Sol system yet, but you will be able to in the main retail release. So we're led to believe you'll be able to travel to the Sol system. You know, you can imagine there's an awful lot of them going on there. You know, they'll have an awful, as David Braben tells us, there'll be awful lots of stations and things like that within the Sol system, and humanity will have spread out from that point. So that's where all the wealthy, that's the wealthy, chewy center of the galaxy there, the little chunk of gold at the middle of the galaxy. Unfortunately, because it is going to be, you know, the infrastructure they have in mind there is that the center of the galaxy, as we've spread out towards the frontier systems here, the Sol system, and our own solar system, those planets surrounding Earth and so on, that's where all the wealthy folks come from. You know, that's the hub of everything. And as such, access to that system is going to be restricted in the main game. Now, you can get access to the system, but you will have to earn it. So if you buy Elite Dangerous in the main retail release, you will have to earn access to that system through the faction that controls it, which, as I understand it, will be the Federation. So the Federation, you'll have to get really on their good side by doing missions for them and what have you, and upping your reputation with the Federation to gain access to the Sol system. So you won't be able to get anywhere near Earth unless you've done that, unless you are an Alpha or Beta backer. If you've backed Alpha or Beta, if you've bought it and played it at all, you get automatic access to the Sol system. Now, as I said, there are other benefits as well that come with Beta, but you will get automatic access to the Sol system. Now, it's all very well saying, well, I'll just work my way up being well known with that faction, but let's say, for example, that you want to get in with the Empire, or what's the other one? The Alliance. And you want to sort of get on their good side. You're not really interested in pressing the Federation. Well, that will restrict your access to the Sol system. However, if you're an Alpha or Beta backer, even if the Federation hate you, you'll still be able to get into the Sol system as an Alpha or Beta backer because you'll get automatic access. So, you know, just thought I'd let you know, do my little salesman job. I wouldn't be saying all this, you know, if I didn't truly believe in this game. So there you go, Wolf 359. But that's not where we are. Anyway, so let's exit the system. Oh, dearie me. Laggy, laggy. I think that probably is me, actually. Usually I check and I shut down any unnecessary programs running in the background before I come and do this, but I didn't do that today. I completely forgot all about it. So there you go. If you want to see the Rosetta Comet landing, you want to see the Comet landing in the webcast tomorrow at, it'll be at 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. Central European time, that is, which is about 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, about 1900 Greenwich Mean Time. So it'll be 8 o'clock Central Eastern Time, which is the time where I am now. So if you want to do that, head over to www.rosetta.esa.int. If you can find the little film that they made to commemorate this landing, it stars, what's his name, Aidan Gillen, who's in Game of Thrones, if you're a Game of Thrones fan. So they got him to do this little video to commemorate the Comet landing, and it's really quite good. It was a really, really neat little video. It was about 10 minutes long, I guess. So that's worth a watch. As I said, Elite Dangerous premiere event, 22nd of November. I don't know if you can still get tickets. You could the other day, and as I said before, I unfortunately cannot go to it. The final release of the Elite Dangerous retail release is December the 16th. So December the 16th is when the retail release will come out, but beta will close on the 22nd of November. Beta backers and alpha backers will still be able to keep playing, and they'll get little updates and little releases in what they're calling the gamma phase between the 22nd of November and the 16th of December. I think, you know, it's not a great deal of time anyway, but there it is. I will try and get this video out there for Wednesday so that, you know, as I say, if you happen to be watching my channel at about 8 p.m. Central European time, I said don't just switch it off and come back to it. Go and watch the Comet landing, don't watch me. So you can. I put up another blog the other day, by the way. It's a very, very long time since I made a blog post, and I put up a blog post the other day. So if you want to read that, it's all about space travel and things like that. If you want to read my latest blog post, head over to sleeplessblog.wordpress.com, and you can see my latest blog post that I put up there the other day. I haven't done, I used to blog regularly, but I haven't done it for a while, but there's a new one up there now. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter. Sleepless Twit is my Twitter name, so if you want to head over and start following me on Twitter, if you want to tweet me at Sleepless Twit, and I'll put these links down in the description, or you can just find me on Facebook, Sleepless Night. Other than that, you know, if you like the videos, leave a comment, leave a like. Thank you for all of those who've liked and commented and subscribed so far. The subscription button, if you haven't subscribed already and you want to, is up there in the top right hand corner of your screen, the little Sleepless Night symbol. Other than that, maybe next time we'll do some exploring, and I'll show you a little bit more about interdiction. If I can manage to nab someone interdicting me, I will show you how the new interdiction system works, not interdicting other players necessarily, but what happens if you get interdicted. There is actually now a way to avoid it, so you can escape being interdicted, whereas before it was unavoidable. Now you can escape it. So we'll see if I can happen to catch, while I'm making the video, someone trying to interdict me. I'll show you how that's possible. Other than that, this video's gone on way too long, so I'm going to leave you now and head out, and I'll see you next time. I'm going now.